All right, well, good evening, everyone. It's October 6th. This is the advisory committee meeting and our first one of the fall. So we'll start out. We'll introduce all the members of the committee. We'll start over here with
Jim Tomaszewski.
Jonathan Hurwitz.
Arthur Franzak.
Dave Benton.
Lisa Keating.
Peg Driscoll.
I'm Town Administrator Jack Hathaway.
Administrative Assistant Sue Jacobson.
All right. All right, well, tonight's agenda is just going to kind of plan out the fall meeting, fall town meeting warrant review. Take a look, I don't think we have any minutes to approve, so we won't have that. And just schedule out our meetings and quick spin through it. All right, so Susan did drop out, give everyone the latest draft. Jack, are we expecting any other articles, or this will be it?
This will be it. There may be some wordsmithing to
Yep.
some of them, but
Yep.
we're not expecting any new articles.
Okay. All right. All right, so I've quickly gone through it, and it seems like primarily there's two big ones. We've got the proposal for the public safety building project. So that'll be, Jack, who do you want to have come in for that one?
I'll talk about it with the selectmen tomorrow night, but
Yep.
probably a member of the selectmen and then the two chiefs.
Yep, yep, all right. Do you think George wants to come in, or, I mean, he doesn't
He
have
might.
to. Yeah. All right, so
He
I was figuring we'll probably do that one night. That'll be a fairly lengthy discussion and
And that
presentation, I'm sure.
if that's later towards, because we still have a lot of work to do, so.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk, certainly can talk concept now, but
Yep.
we're doing a lot of work with the architect as we go here, so.
All right, well, maybe before, and then I was figuring we do the planning articles, and if Jay wants to explain his couple of ones, we can do that. But anyway, do those on a second meeting. So we've basically got 3 Wednesdays through the rest of the month, and then we probably would need to get our recommendations to the printer around November 2nd. So in that regard, Jack, you said you would, so,
I think if you do the public safety building the last Wednesday, yeah, the 28th.
that one, the 28th? All right.
You know, there's not a lot here. If you,
Actually, sorry, Jack, before we, just a quick one. I mean, we've typically been meeting on Wednesdays. It seems to be off a lot of the other boards' nights, so is Wednesdays okay? I was planning to continue with Wednesdays. Is that all right with everyone?
I have
or
class. So
Oh.
Wednesdays I can't miss classes. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
All right.
You're out.
Sue.
Okay, let's see.
So Tuesdays is typically when the selectmen meet. They're
Right.
just meeting tomorrow night because they had a schedule glitch. So that's primarily our problem, Peg, is that in a small warrant like this, not a big deal at all. But on a spring
spring.
warrant
Yeah,
with
it's
a
a big
lot
deal.
of articles, we can't really move forward,
Now, spring, I could not have a class on Wednesday,
right?
All right,
so it always changes. Every semester it changes.
okay.
So,
I'm 3 years into a 4-year PhD program, so I can't just not
Nope.
go.
All right. You don't want to wait another year?
I gotta get it done.
All right.
Could we try to do Monday nights?
I have class Monday nights.
Yeah.
Monday and
Oh,
Wednesday.
all right,
I
never
tell you,
mind.
for the fall, I think we'll stick with the Wednesdays.
Okay.
Again, it's just a few articles. This, as Susan said, it's not going to be a ton of stuff. And then we'll see what the rest of the town boards are doing for spring meeting schedule. And either we may have to stick with our Wednesdays, and maybe you
Okay.
won't.
I
When
may
the
not
new
have
semester
class.
starts, right, it may not interfere. Is everyone else all right on Wednesday still? Is that all right? If you want to, over the next couple of weeks, if there are another day that you'd actually like or that typically works better, feel free to shoot me an email and we'll see if there's something. But I think right now, at least for the fall one, we'll stick with the Wednesdays. Plus, it's only a couple of weeks here. Yeah. Let's see. And then, Jack, you don't know, Ray, the 14th or the 21st, is one better or other for him?
Just see if I see the planning board schedule.
Yes. My suspicion is, I think we could actually do this in 2 meetings here. I mean, there's
Yeah, I
really
think
only-
even,
I mean,
they're not posted, so I don't know if they have plans.
okay. If I remember, they're usually on Thursdays, so hopefully,
Yeah, I think they've moved to Wednesdays.
oh, they did, all right.
But they're not meeting every week
They're
now,
only meeting
correct?
once a month, so it's,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. All right. All right. Any preference on the, so I think we'll definitely meet on the 28th and do the public safety
Okay.
building project review.
So I will write to Chief Stone and Chief Bushnell.
Yes. And then, either is fine with me, the 14th or the 21st. Which, any preference on that Wednesday? So it's either next Wednesday or the Wednesday following.
Doesn't matter to me.
Either is fine with
Yeah.
you, Jim. Arthur, are you,
All Wednesdays are good for me.
all Wednesdays are good? Jonathan?
Either the 14th or the 21st?
Yeah, either. Yeah, I think we'll just need one of
I
those.
prefer the 14th. I will
Alright.
likely be out of town the 21st.
All right. Let's tentatively shoot for we'll do the 14th, and we'll see if
Jay and planning.
Jay and planning can come in, and we'll do effectively Articles 4, 5, 8, and 9 on the next Wednesday, the 14th.
Okay.
And then on the 28th, we'll do the remaining. And if for some reason Ray's tied up on the 14th, then we'll move the meeting to the 21st.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're doing Tuesdays now, so like
Okay.
opposite the selectmen, so it's.
Okay, all right.
You do this, Article 6 when?
And Article 6, which is from KP, and Jack, I don't know, do you know anything about this one?
Really, all they're doing is just moving the date of their budget
Budget,
submission.
yes.
Yeah.
Now, we voted on a very similar one.
Yeah, but all 3 towns didn't do it, and they
Ah.
tweaked the language.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if they found another part in the bylaws that we had missed on the first one, and now they were just, okay, so it's the same, effectively the same thing.
Yeah.
We're just getting everyone, okay.
Is there something missing for Article 6? Is it just the
Just the header.
Header?
It is, yeah, the header's missing.
Yeah, just
Sorry.
the header. And this is actually, yeah, so we don't really need them to come in or anything. I mean, it's the same thing we discussed last spring and voted for, which is to just change the initial date on when
Right.
their first budget is due,
We
which,
approved it unanimously, didn't
what's that?
we? It was unanimous, I think.
Yeah, I don't, not too controversial, especially since the towns were proposing it, so.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted it too, but
Right.
we're all fine with
It's
it.
unanimous.
Yeah, it's a unanimous,
All the way
everyone's
around.
all for it. All right, so we got 10:14, 10:28. And then, so after we do on the 28th, we'll, if we don't vote the articles on the 14th, we'll finish voting them all on the 28th. Sign out who wants to do the write-ups. It's not gonna really be too many. I think we only have 3 or 4 probably. Are you expecting any transfers, Jack?
I am. The only ones I know about right now are just one relatively small one to the fire department, just to cover an administrative salary. And then the employee benefits, if you remember when we
Yep.
constructed the budget last year, we intentionally left $150,000 out of the employee benefits.
Yes.
So those are the 2 that I know of at this
Okay.
point.
All right,
Not expecting any unpaid bills.
yeah.
I don't know of any town reports either. So the first 3 should be.
Okay. I'm thinking, as usual, we'll just do the transfers the night of town meeting, just wait till the last minute and just bring those prior. That might, hopefully that'll be the only thing we're discussing pre-town meeting, so maybe we'll just meet like a half hour before on the 17th.
The on Articles 4 and 5, I mean, I know you talked about having Jay in, but I
Yes.
think they're relatively straightforward, too.
Yes.
Just eliminating the bylaw committee.
Yeah, that one
Is similar to what we did with the capital committee. It's
Yep.
just, at this point, anybody that wants to propose a bylaw change to the selectmen are referring those to me and the department heads. So whether or not we want to, I mean, I know Lisa's served on the bylaw committee in the past,
Yeah.
but
Is
I
there
think,
anybody on it anymore?
no. I mean, we've had trouble recruiting people for it.
Yeah.
So, I think that the thought with the selectmen and with Jay as well is that, between this committee, the selectmen, and the department heads, we probably cover it well enough. We don't need another committee to have.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the idea too of that was to go through and to clean up a lot of articles that were not written quite the way they should have been.
Yeah.
So after, a couple of sessions of doing
Right.
that, they had pretty much hit
Yep.
all the
Yeah.
troublesome articles.
Plus, with the hiring of Ray, he's been kind of doing a bit of the same thing in trying.
On the zoning bylaws, yeah. This is mostly on
Well,
the
these are
general
this is
bylaws.
the general
yeah.
bylaw. Ah, okay. Even more.
But
Yeah.
it seems like every time something comes up to clean up an article, it seems like the people who know what they're doing about the articles are
Yeah.
cleaning them up.
Yeah.
And I think they took care of some of the big issues.
Yeah, and the town clerk really now is kind of overtaking some of that as well, so,
Okay. All right.
and then the next one is just moving from a one-year term for the moderator to 3 years, and we've had this discussion several times. The selectmen were in favor of, they're not gonna, I think they're a little bit split, honestly, but they agreed to put it on and kind of let town meeting decide, and if town meeting does support going to a 3-year term, it would have to also go to ballot before the change becomes effective, so
All
I
right.
think they felt that they'd listen to the will of the people at this point.
Jack, what do the other towns do around us? They 1 year or 3 years?
It's all split. I know Jay had some stats. I can't cite them off the top of my head, but there's a variety of
Mixed
different
bag,
things.
then.
Yeah. I like it because I don't like going into the annual town meeting not knowing who the moderator is going to be. Most years we don't have a race, but still, you like to have the moderator as part of the process.
I would think for continuity's sake, it would be better to have somebody there 3 years
Yeah.
instead of, potentially having a new person.
And most of our moderators have served, at least 3 years, so it's,
Without asking for you to speak on the selectmen's feelings, can you state what were some of the
some of the hesitation,
drawbacks or hesitations to that?
I think hesitation is just tradition, mostly is the biggest one. And there are some people who have been, I'll say, in town for a long time that just say, well, this is the way we've always done it. Why change it? I personally would like, we have a hard time filling the ballot. Not that moderator is a tough one, but, the Recreation Commission, some of the other boards, I'd like to, as a bigger objective, at least have a review of that. And I think if we get so in line with that, getting the moderator off the ballot every single year, it just
Can help.
can help,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Let's see if Jack, are you familiar with the other zoning article, the non-solid
A little bit.
one?
I can't speak
Yeah.
scientifically to it, but really it's just lowering, Article 8 is lowering the height that would be able to be built in the center of town. And the example that Ray talks about is, having a 2.5-story building in the center of town would still be allowable. So you'd have something like where the Santander would be fine. But something like right now would be allowable would be the new medical office that's down on 115, where you get 3 full stories. And it just seems to be a little overwhelming for what we think would be appropriate in the center of town. So that is just making that height restriction change from more in line to what is currently existing in the center of town.
All right. And then the last one is the Southwood one, so. Well, and then that is everything. For the, so it's a very compact, but at least two of the articles that will have a significant impact on the town, so it should be, I think it'll be a good town meeting in order to focus on just these two critical
Yeah.
articles, as opposed to sometimes we can get bogged down in some others, so.
We tried to keep it this way.
Yeah. All right, let's see, all right, so right now we've got so we'll meet next week, and then we will meet on the 28th, and that will probably get us there. Susan, I'll bring any missing meeting minutes to the next
Okay.
one. If we're, I didn't already have them all approved. And, I don't know, anyone, any other topics or questions? I think, we're in a record meeting time here
Wow.
tonight.
Arlie's not here, I noticed that.
Yes.
That might,
Makes all the difference.
Arlie's across the ocean, so.
across the pond again?
Yes. So, all right.
We just need a motion to adjourn. If we're
Just need a
going to.
motion to adjourn, because I
Motion
don't
to
think we
adjourn.
have.
Second.
All right. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned.